Hey everyone, if you're going to be at the 2017 Origins Game Fair in Columbus, Ohio, then you should check out the live Sixth World podcast episode that we're going to be doing on Friday night, June 16th at around 10 p.m. It's going to be held in the Catalyst Shadowrun Game Room, which is the Hyatt Union A. At least that's what my itinerary says. Either way, it's going to be in the room where all the Shadowrun missions are being run. Not a fan of the Sixth World podcast? Well, first of all, you should be. It's a great podcast we do about Shadowrun. But regardless, the reason you should go to the event anyway is that my co-host, Cassie, is going to be there, aka Wada. She'll be there with me. I'll be there as well, of course. And our guests for that event are going to be Cliff Wright, aka Elric, and Damian Zidlow, aka Payday. We'll also be making an announcement there that impacts the show, this show, as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, that's Friday night, June 16th at 10 p.m. Eastern U.S. time in the Shadowrun Game Room at Origins 2017. You do not need a ticket. It's kind of an unofficial event, so just be there. Be there or catch it live on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Sixth World Podcast. So we're looking forward to that. Going to have a lot of fun. Now, on with the show. You're listening to the Complex Action Actual Play Podcast. Well, it looks like Hailey might have been part of some sort of cloning experiment. The team didn't have time to tease out any of the details, though, before they were attacked. Also, if it hadn't been obvious before, something's wrong with Eion, and something has changed. There won't be time to figure it out now, though, because it's time to make an escape. Now please enjoy episode 42, Jump Through the Wall of Fire. So, Eion, what is you're probably suddenly like made aware that Throwback has said, "Hey, Eion." So what does Eion say?
Throwback.
You okay?
It's Hailey.
What do you mean it's Hailey?
Why is Hailey here?
Haley's here?
Hailey is here.
You don't sound so good.
I don't feel good. I want to go to the zoo.
I said we're gonna talk to Payday about that. What do you? I'm gonna start walking or rolling over to the tube and say, what do you mean, Hailey?
She points at the tubes. Hailey points at each of them in succession.
Throwback kind of looks over his shoulder to the other two to see if they're responding to this.
This is all in AR, right?
Yeah, you can all see this.
I know nothing about tech like that, but trying very hard to not pay attention to what is going on in there and just be like, yep, no, we're here to do a thing.
Listen, Leroy, if this is your friends?
Look, it's not. She got out of here. This is something else.
Yeah, I don't think these are Hailey.
Suddenly, the clones open their eyes. Within the Matrix, their personas become active, and you see them all say in unison, "Good evening, to whom are we speaking?" And in physical space, it's muffled because they're in, tubes with liquid. But you hear anybody who's in AR can see that they've said that. They say, "Good evening, to whom are we speaking?"
Throwback's kind of like...
I got nothing. This is all you, man.
Yeah, Throwback kind of like scared, like wheels back and like bumps hard into a desk that kind of shakes a little bit. So, holy Drac!
Turn them off.
Says, "This identification is not recognized. Please restate. Perhaps we didn't hear you."
Yeah, help.
I pull out the ID badge that I got off that guy that I knocked out and see if it's got a name on it.
Jerry Hardman. That's a terrible last name.
Right off the cuff.
Where's that name generator you sent me?
I don't know. Let's fix that one in post, all right?
Hardman.
It appears actually that Jerry is rather flaccid.
But
Of course, Narcojet will do that to anyone.
Happens to lots of guys.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try wave the badge at them to, like, I don't know, scan it or whatever. I don't know how technomancers work.
What's his name? What's his name?
It's Jerry Hardman?
And then I look expectantly towards the pools to see if they accept it.
So as Leroy's saying Jerry Hardman and Throwback's doing it, and Leroy's also like waving the badge in front of the tubes. the personas, again, keep in mind, they're all like in unison saying this. They say, "I'm sorry, but I don't think you're supposed to be here." And then the bodies of the clones suddenly jerk and bubbles form in their vat chambers. And in the Matrix, you notice like a slight swirling around their personas. And then the personas begin to grow strange tendrils that first link together. And this all happens very quickly, much faster than I'm describing it. But they form these tendrils that first link together, and then more and more of them shoot out from each other, of the living personas, and start to tangle with each other. And after a moment, you realize that the personas are all forming into a single large matrix entity like you've never seen before. It's sort of a golem of data and resonance taken into a single shape that stretches back, roars, and lunges.
Guys,
And you'll want to roll initiative.
even meet initiative or just
No, just matrixy stuff.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that would be just Throwback and Eion.
Yeah, I think just while all that is cinematically happening, I'm just gonna kind of like try to muster enough strength to sort of shout out for Eion to run and try to unload the program before the thing fully loads.
Let me see what Eon's initiative would be. I've got a bunch of notes I prepared for this.
Yeah, well, so did I.
I'm pretty sure we're not really prepared for this.
Who isn't always ready for a technomancer octopus swarm attacking you?
I'm not ready for that.
I don't think I have to type anything if my initiative is already set correctly in the thing, right?
Correct. Did you set it as your
It's set as meat space. which
yeah,
is-
you're in
which is where I am.
AR right now.
Yeah, yep. So it's set correct. Oh wait, drugs. It might not be set correctly. I want to reset.
Do you know what your initiative is supposed to be based on?
It's intuition data processing 46.
Oh,
Here
sure.
Lab
we
is
added
Here Lab's calculating it as 8 plus 46. I've already put it in the thing.
Well, right now you're on Throwback's device.
Oh, that's right.
So right now you're 11 plus 46. Just add 3 to your initiative.
I will say for the listeners, this is the first time I've ever changed my nickname to Stretch instead of Elric. So the name sticks even further.
Basically, you've
it's
given
a
up.
monumental moment.
Speaking of names sticking, I think a Complex Bobby is going to stick from now on.
Yes.
Complex Bobby.
Yep, that's how the character appeared in the under lock and key module.
Oh yeah, I still
And
have to read it.
It's got a certain ring to it. So yeah, I think Complex Bobby. We're gonna try to make that a thing.
I dig it. I'll accept it.
Well, good.
I suppose I don't really have much of a choice though.
No.
I'm not sure. I can only try to make it stick.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
not really the kind of person that just suggests a
certainly-
name makes it stay.
Well, I certainly don't think I have much of it. I mean, Elric had little to no choice over his name. So
Yeah, I'll make it happen.
all right.
Yeah, but Elric is fictional.
Fair enough. All right. So the thing, as it will be called, is going to go first. And it's simply going to data spike Throwback.
Full defense.
Full defense. All right.
You can do that in the Matrix. It's a real Matrix action.
Full matrix
Yep.
defense.
Is it a minus 10?
Minus 10. Add my willpower. Yep.
All right. Roll. So it's a data spike. You're going to be rolling your defense. You've already rolled it. I was going to tell you what to roll, but you rolled it.
I got you. All of those hits earlier. I wish I had them
All right.
now.
You managed to dodge this like tendril, this, like I described it as a golem of combinations of all of these personas between all these Haileys, I guess you could call them, lunged its arms forward, and this black kind of tendril shoots out of it at Throwback, and he manages to dodge out of the way. Throwback, you're well, no, you're not. It looks like Hailey, or not Hailey, Eion is up.
What?
Yeah. Well, there's 5 of them, don't you know? Eion, it's your turn.
Okay, so he had asked me to run and see if I couldn't prevent this program from fully loading. I'm not so sure this is a program because Eion knows the Matrix better than I do. I guess, is it in... I know I need to run away from this thing, but I also don't want to leave Throwback here. And I also know we need to do something with this computer, but I don't think I can do it from here.
So you're doing a lot of thinking out loud.
I don't even think I can run, can I?
Well, interesting thought. I think since you're technically on his cyberdeck, you couldn't leave the wireless signal range, correct?
Right.
Without uploading herself to something else, I'd imagine. Which is
Yeah, which wouldn't be possible because you'd have to leave,
And I can't, yeah.
Yeah, I can say that though, if you get any marks on anything, they essentially count like Throwback's marks because you're on his deck. So that's one way you could potentially think of to help.
Okay, I will see if I can't get a marker well, I don't really have enough dice to do more than one on this big ass persona.
Sure thing.
Mecha Hailey.
It's just 2 hits.
And you are doing hack on the fly?
Yeah.
All right. You attempt to toss your mark, whatever that looks like, probably somewhat generic right now. I imagine that Eion will grow into her marks and what they look like, but it misses. So next up would be Throwback, who has a teeny tiny initiative score.
Thanks, buddy. Throwback with like his arms kind of, his persona's arms like up covering his face will like peek out to ensure that Eion has listened and has, what? Huh? What are you doing? And I'm gonna do a configurator action to swap my programs, hopefully uninstalling the agent as well.
Yep. And so as you attempt to do that, you come to realize that it's really strange. The agent, quote unquote, that was loaded onto your cyberdeck doesn't appear to appear that way anymore as an agent, that is. It's almost like your cyberdeck has another persona that is loaded onto it at the same time as yours is loaded onto it. It's very strange. In fact, I should probably note, I didn't up to this point, but I should probably note that you both have to take a -5 dice pool penalty to all of your actions that you take, since you're both loaded onto a cyberdeck, the same one.
Well, that's pretty jarring. Configurator probably airs out as the amount of programs that we're supposed to switch are no longer capable of doing so.
Yeah, you look at your cyberdeck and it's like it's running tons of processes. It seems to like be warming, heating up in your lap, you know, and it's struggling to process as it seems to be like you don't understand like what's going on, but all you do know is that it doesn't recognize Eion as an agent anymore. It appears to be like a full-fledged. It's appearing on your cyberdeck like it's a persona, like it's another thing which you didn't think was even possible.
Yeah,
But you did. You screwed up.
Oh god, I can hear him now. Like bead of sweat dripping down my neck. I'm going to spend the rest of my measly turn. Oh god, do I even want to? Yeah, I have to protect Eion. I'm gonna switch into Hot Sim again.
All right, roll and add your extra initiative.
Will do. I forgot it. Can it not add extra d6s?
I don't know. I would just roll the 3d6 and then do the I plus whatever the result is. And then once we're done with this round, you can just change your initiative.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Cliff. I was just about to type that.
All updated. Good to go.
All right. So the persona, the Golem Hailey attacks again. You're on full matrix defense.
Oh god, I will spend a point of edge. My last point of edge at this point to not explode now that I'm in Hot Sim. 6 hits.
You dodge. The other arm comes out and shoots again.
Do I notice if any of this is reflecting back?
Oh yeah, I guess that would happen if it's an attack action, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the net hits between my success and their failure goes back to them unresisted for both of the failed attack.
Yeah, let me look at this.
Could also just be 0 in case it's a tie.
You do notice that some stuff it's doing that.
Okay, good.
Throwback isn't just dodging it; he's parrying and riposting.
Yeah, I've got my shotgun in 2 hands now in the Matrix, and as the tendril comes towards me, I'll like hold it up with 2 hands and kind of block it. And just try to like bat at its arm, like it's like a blunt weapon as I battle it back.
Eon's up again.
Okay, I would like to start shutting down these pods.
Okay.
I don't even know if I can do that.
Yeah, you can detect a signal coming from them. Yeah.
So would that be a reboot device action then?
That's one way that you could do it. Sure. You could.
Could I spoof instead to shut it down?
I think that's another way that you could probably do it. Reboot would do it because you can actually set how long before it reboots. I think I don't see any reason why you couldn't spoof a shutdown command. Does that sound right to our more experienced Matrix players?
Yeah, that's kosher. As long as they are connected to the host. Just needs a mark on the host, and you can imitate a command from it.
Right. So in terms of mechanics and everything, spoof would be a hacking plus intuition roll, and the reboot would be computer plus logic. However, spoof only requires 1 mark.
Right.
You need a mark on the
Host first.
yeah. Like,
We have a mark. We have 1 mark on the host from getting into the elevators, I believe.
Excellent point. And you share that.
Oh yeah.
So you already have a mark on the host.
Fabulous. Then let's send 1 action to shut down one of them. Spoof.
All right.
Ugh, 2
You
hits.
don't happen to have the well, I guess it doesn't. No, never mind. Do it. Spoof command, hacking plus intuition.
Is that considered a device?
Yes, it is.
All right, let's make that 5 hits instead.
Nice. All right, you definitely spoof the command and tell it to shut down. That command is received.
I'm sorry.
She apologizes. She says, "I'm sorry" to Hailey as one of the tanks shuts down. The golem appears to get a little like weaker. And throwback. Do you have another turn now? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, now that I jumped into Hot Sim, I've got a little bit more juice in me. So I noticed one of the Haileys kind of flicker and the whole structure kind of weakens. I'm gonna look at Eion and be like, okay, yeah, keep doing that, and then I'm gonna level my shotgun and try to aim for another one of these things with a data spike. But it is at a -5, you say. All right, 6 hits.
Wow, you got 3 net hits. So give me the damage, matrix damage that would be causing.
Yep, that is my attack rating of 6 plus. Oh my god, no, I don't have marks on this. Yeah, it's my attack rating of 6 plus my hammer program of 2 to 8, and then the 3 net hits to 11. So 11 matrix damage.
And that is, of course, resisted just by firewall plus
device rating.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. The soaked by, to be precise.
That's what I mean, not defend. Right. Defense already happened. So that was how much altogether that she was
11 matrix damage from my digital shotgun.
Well, holy cow! You level that shotgun in the matrix, and remorse will come later. But you blast the head off of the Hailey golem, and screams that sound vaguely like Hailey's. You didn't know Hailey.
I didn't know her. Yeah, don't tell Stretch as I just blast this thing's head up.
It loses its head, and the golem kind of writhes and squirms and shrinks and disappears. So it's gone now. And yeah.
I think I like leave my shotgun like digitally aimed in that direction for like several like seconds, which is significant in the current stream of data that we're processing in. And like my chest is just heaving.
Everyone notices that when that happens, it probably happened maybe like this all happened so fast, within a matter of seconds, that you notice that maybe just as the golem was being defeated, maybe just before, like with sort of a chung, 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 the lights in this area light up. The lights up where Payday and Elric are light up. And
what about outside?
Oh, I guess you don't see anything outside yet.
I immediately begin activating preparations, and use a free action to say, activate your armor and combat sense.
Something went wrong.
Yeah, Payday and Elric definitely have no idea what happened, but everything seems to be lighting up and going online.
Get ready for wave 1.
Now, go ahead.
I would say I'll come out of Hot Sim with kind of a gasp of catching my breath again and just say, holy crap.
What's going on?
Oh, we killed her. We killed your friend Hailey.
No, you killed them.
Okay, don't tell Stretch. Was it this bright before?
No, I think they all just kind of came on with whatever you were doing.
Okay, that's probably a cue to finish up the job. Who has the camera?
Didn't you have the camera?
I don't have the camera.
Right. Yep, I got it. And I'll reach into my jacket and hopefully pull out a camera.
I remember you took it from me.
You were really drunk.
You definitely pull out the camera, and because you do have it.
All right. All right. And then just to be clear, out of character, we need to position this so that it can read the visual relay essentially of the dots on this terminal that we found. Do we need to do anything specific inside the terminal? I cannot recall.
You're supposed to upload a virus onto the terminal.
That's right. We have that little USB drive. Okay. First things first. Eion, are you okay?
No.
Still the zoo?
My first act was to take.
What do you mean your first act? We've been doing stuff, all sorts of crazy stuff tonight.
Something's different.
I think
what do you need, Throwback?
I think those things might have done something to you, but we need to get into the system. And I like look down at my cyber deck. I'm running real hot right now.
What do you need?
Okay. Help me get access to this terminal here, and I'll like wheel over to the one we need. Looking for a place to plug in both the virus and my equipment.
Of course.
So you tell us, Bobby, how do we need to upload this virus? Is it self-firing? Do we need to get a mark and have it accept the transfer?
The device that the virus is on. Well, you were transferred an actual digital copy of this file. You don't have it on a device.
It's just on my deck then.
Correct. So you could conceivably plug your deck in if you wanted to, just all the different ways that you could do it. It's on the device itself. It has to be on.
All right. Yeah. I'll load it onto my deck, get it primed and ready, and then I'll look for a place to jack it.
Yeah, and you can do that. I'm not going to make you roll a bunch for that. It's not yet anyway. There's nothing preventing you from just plugging it straight in and doing it all there. I mean, you'd have direct access to the device. You could buy all the hits you needed.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. So we'll go ahead and very, very carefully upload the virus.
It's probably a little bit difficult. It might take you a moment longer than you would normally. It would normally take. In a moment like this is when you realize again that there seems to be something. Your cyberdeck is just running really, really sluggishly ever since that moment happened with Eion being different.
Yeah, I'm keenly aware of the temperature, and I am not happy about it. Like I'm kind of like holding my cyberdeck up off my lap a bit, just because the heat is way too uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm sure, Throwback being who he is has probably pulled up various AR displays that show diagnostics from the cyberdeck and everything. And you see like the CPU cycles are really high. It's taking up a lot of, memory and processing that it normally doesn't, ever even approach.
Wait, what the? Yeah, and you're twice the load that you normally are right now. Did those things touch you?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What programs did you have running alongside Eion before when it was, before this all happened?
When we first came in, I had Stealth. Let's see, most of them are still loaded. I had Stealth, Eion, Encryption, Toolbox, and Virtual Machine.
So you had 4 other programs running?
And Fork. Yeah, and Fork was the last one. Yeah, because a max of 5.
So you had 4. All right, list them in order again.
Yeah, we've got Encryption, Toolbox, Stealth, Fork.
That's it.
And Virtual Machine.
Oh wait, Encryption, Toolbox, Stealth, Fork, and Virtual Machine. You had 5 other programs running?
A total of 5. God, where am I at? Encryption, Toolbox, Virtual Machine, Stealth. And I swapped Fork out for Encryption when I needed to do the elevator thing. Sorry.
So
I've got it in attack mode now. Is why I'm having to.
I gotcha.
Look through my list.
As a person who recently started playing a Decker, I understand.
Here, I'll type this. This will help.
It doesn't matter. What's the last one in the list?
That is Encryption.
All right, Encryption is not there anymore. It got bumped out because as we've said before, Eon's a little bit fatter now. She's taking up a little bit more room on the cyberdeck there.
She's HD. It's fine.
Yeah, taking up a little. So there you go.
All right. Yeah. Noticing that, but needing to focus, ensure the virus gets uploaded correctly, and then all right, Leroy, Wada, we need to put this camera up now.
Give it to me, Stall.
I'll stretch my arm out towards Leroy.
Yeah, and then we'll just kind of start sticking it.
Oh, I mean, it's gotta be this angle, and I gotta make an odd gesture with my hand.
You want to get up and do this?
Asshole. Just make sure they can't see it.
Bobby, do you want a roll of some kind to hide it?
Sure. Give me. Do you have a skill for that, or do you just want to roll?
I feel like palming would.
Yeah, I'll let palming work. That's fine.
I will edge my 3 hits with my 3rd point of edge I recently bought. 5 hits out of edge.
All right. Well, you've got the camera placed. You've got the virus uploaded. You've killed all the Haileys.
I didn't kill any of the Haileys. I definitely did that.
Just trying to, just layer on that guilt.
No, I feel like despite the guilt train, at least killing the Haileys makes it look like we are here for a different motive. Nobody tells Stretch.
Fair enough. You guys have done all that, and up top, you started to see some. So Payday has noticed that outside of that building, that security building, the doors have opened, and one of the garage doors have opened, and an SUV is peeling out of there. You also, looking down the hall, Elric, begin to notice that it looks like some security guards have begun to at least set up and look down the hall to begin assessing the situation. People are closing in on the position that you guys have set up at the other end of the hall. That time is probably when initiative should be rolled, and we should begin moving through things in an orderly fashion.
Then I'm gonna have to add some other things initiative here then.
All right, do that real fast.
Because as I do recall as well, not only is the hallway being bared down on, but there's a lot of movement on the outside as well, right?
So yes, what Payday saw was that some of the guards, there were were one or two guards that had been responding to the technomancer distraction that was outside, and they've started running towards the building. They've basically gotten to building, and yeah.
Okay, because at that point, Payday is essentially Rover and Dover are going to be on attack duty on whoever's coming through that door, and Payday is going to be hiding behind the Pelican cases and jumping into Longshot on the outside.
All right. Would Payday have already been in the long shot drone outside?
That would have been as soon as movement started happening that way. That was what he was planning on doing. So as soon as they kind of broke out of and started moving towards the complex, this was when he would have been trying to pin them down. So Elric is the only real eyes and ears inside here, other than what I'm witnessing with Rover and Dover.
All right. Well, when you get your initiative added and updated, I will.
Yep. Give me 2 seconds here. Stuff is being a little slow to load. Then for adding drones, it would be sorry, just learning here.
If you scroll up just a little bit, Stretch added his fire spirit. You can just follow that format.
Does anybody have Pure Lab open?
Yes. What do you
I
need?
do.
I'm trying to figure out where I found voice masking, this customized mask. I think it had some sort of special thing for intimidation tests, but I can't remember which book it's in.
The voice warper.
Hard targets.
Oh,
Yeah, increases your limit on intimidation tests by 1 hard target. It's called the voice warper.
I will have to go out and grab that. It's not in our folder.
yeah. Well, it had been one I got to replace.
I'll go grab it.
So,
All right, I should be good to go there.
All right. Well, Cliff, Mr. Elric, Elric is up.
okay, so just to get an idea of the situation, there's a hallway connecting the two buildings, kind of near the doorway in this building that's connected to that. Is the door currently open or closed?
The door at the other end of the hall, or the one that you're standing next to?
I guess both, but I'm most concerned about the one closest to me.
Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. They would have both closed automatically.
Well, I guess then what kinds of doors are they?
They're kind of just like, well, they're heavy. They're heavy, like maglock doors. They've got the, hydraulic things that allow them to close on their own. But they're
Well, I'm gonna open the door if it's not open. Imagine that would be a simple action. Hit whatever switch. I know it's the maglock's been locked or disabled.
yeah, and you can open it from the inside without that anyway.
Do I see anybody else in the hallway besides the unconscious dude?
With just a simple look down the hall, you do not. The lights are on in the hallway as well, and you can see through some of the windows. Notice that lights are on in the other building as well. Like everything, you can tell now that everything's lit up. It's not just that you're in. And
Okay, I'm going to just spend a simple action then to observe detail to try to get a good idea of the positions of where security forces might be approaching, and I'll talk over comms. Hey, Payday, give me an update. You got any of those VR things that can tell me where people are?
Routing the feed to the fly spies to you, and just for fun, from Longshot as well, so you can see what I'm about to do to this poor guy.
Oh, I'm very observant. 5 hits.
Okay, then, yeah, you can see the people aren't fully visible, but through windows and whatnot, and maybe some last-minute moving of positioning, you can see that at least there are guards that have... You can't tell what they're doing exactly, because there's not a lot of windows to see through, but you can tell that it looks like at least some guards have taken positions at that door.
Okay, it doesn't look like they're advancing yet.
Not that you can tell, no.
I'm just going to yell then. I've got the voice warper on. Not trying to do any special intimidation test, but I'm just going to yell out with my voice amplified, masked, and sounding all dark, creepy from a special customized ballistic mask that Wada bought for me. That looks extra cool, stylish, I might add. We'll yell, "Stay back and no one gets hurt!"
All right. Well, next up is this guy. Before Payday, who is now in the what's the drone outdoors?
Longshot.
Longshot. That's the sniping droid, right? Droid.
Certainly is.
That's you can see through that. There are 2 guards that are at the building, and one of them before you get your bearings and ready to go, one of them manages to make it inside before you get to get a shot off. It's Rover's turn.
If there's no targets in the hallway, Rover is docile.
All right, you hear Elric. You would hear from through that door, very muffled, and someone yelling, "Put any weapons down that you might be carrying, and come out slowly, and this won't get violent."
Maybe we should just go ahead and listen to that guy. Seems like a really smart guy.
Not smart enough.
It's the fire spirit's turn.
It's basically just watching for threats in astral space, carrying its formers.
Its
Is
former
there any,
orders were
threats
what?
in astral space? To watch out for any potential threats in astral space and stun damage attacks.
Nope, you haven't heard heard anything from him yet.
Okay, hold his action. Wait, well, I don't know if it's a hit or then. Who knows? The flames will hold action. Look at potential scouts or spirits sent to mess with us.
All right, Payday's turn.
Can't even tell those guys to hurry up down there. All right, long shot opening fire on the guy that's still visible out there. This is from about 800 meters away.
For my curiosity, what range is that?
That is the long range.
Okay.
And that'll be 5 hits.
Modified damage. I mean, he's unaware, so modified damage value.
Okay, that would be 17 damage with -4 to armor.
Well, he really tried really hard, but you got headshot.
Well, look at that.
And you guys hear, I'm assuming that, or I guess I shouldn't assume, is that a silenced weapon?
It is. It is a suppressor on it.
Okay, great.
Hopefully that'll pin them down out there for a second.
Trek, I think you killed him.
Of course I killed him. I'm not firing fun rounds.
Do a warning shot or something?
What are fun rounds?
Are we getting comms now through from Leroy?
No.
Okay. I was just hopeful there.
Why
That
would you
w-
not? Oh,
that-
that's right. We're separate.
That was the warning shot.
And it was a pretty fun round for us. And that
All right, so next up is Eion. You guys are down in the research, the R&D place. Those guys have been the giant Hailey golem has been dispatched. The tubes holding the Haileys were turned off. That's how it was dispatched. I think Throwback and Eion worked together to kind of matrix destroy those things, or maybe it was Eion that just turned them off. But either way, Eion is. You guys have just come off of that, and Eion do.
We're closed off in here from the corridor that Payday and Elric are in. Is that correct? Closed off both by matrix signal and physically.
Correct. There's a door, an elevator, and a Faraday cage between you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna make a matrix perception check. Just check the room. For now, I'm not aware of anything going on elsewhere right now. And I'm so sorry. Remind me, please, what I need to roll for matrix perception.
it's
It'll
a
be your computer plus
intuition.
intuition. Yes.
Just one hit.
Okay. You don't see anything of particular interest, except while you are looking around, you are reminded, because you can see their personas, you're reminded that there are personas of what seem to be some techno critters that are not, that are maybe moving around a little bit in the other room, the room that's between you and the elevator.
Yeah. Okay. Matrix perception is. I'm sorry. I'm juggling at stuff here.
Complex action.
Thank you. So then I'd be done.
All right, we're all learning together. I'm still learning. Ugh, ugly. That would be Wada's turn.
We're still in the basement, right?
Yes, ditto. You are still in the R&D facility. You guys have just placed. I think Leroy was the one who actually went and placed the device in camera. He placed the camera while Throwback was uploading the virus. You guys just finished.
The other team, that's time to get out of here and head toward the door.
Alrighty, you can make it into the next room, no problem. You probably notice some noise as you open the door to the next room. You notice some noise from some animal. The animals that were in there are making a good bit of noise. Leroy.
Wow, brain completely turned off there. This building, did it have like windows and stuff on the higher floors or even on the first floor?
Are you talking about the R&D building in the back that you guys are in the basement of
Yeah.
right now? No, there weren't any windows.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure my way out of this kill box that's
Sure.
going to be on fun. And how many floors up was it?
You guys are on
Obviously the super secret basement.
yeah, I think you're on like the 4th sub-level, so you have to go up 4 floors, get out.
I guess I just start heading towards the exit, whichever way we were getting out of here.
All right, so you and Wad are there by the door, having just opened, hearing some animals making a bunch of noise in the other room. And Todd, I'm sorry, Throwback.
Throwback's gonna be kind of confused, and he's not really saying anything, but he's gonna be following.
Okay. So from outside the building where the guy just went down, he actually had a dog with him. A dog starts barking and runs inside. Elric, you probably hear a little bit of muffled, low dog barking. Not entirely surprising per se. You guys knew about the dogs, but they're barking. Next pass. So Elric is up again.
So they're not making any sort of immediate moves towards me, so I'm just going to hold my action, watch to see what they do.
Stand.
Yeah, the more time they take to set up and do their stuff, the better, because I'm waiting for my friends to come back up the fragging elevator.
That's right. Our job's to hold the hallway.
Important question. Don't think too hard about this one. Did you let the door close again?
What? No, I want the door to be open.
Okay, so that you can
If there's
see
a way to, like,
see as much
twist
that's
it to
going
the-
on, right?
Yeah. I want to be able to see down this hallway and have a clear line down it. So, is it closed on the other end or open?
Yeah, both the doors are closed.
because it's open on this end, but it's closed on the other end.
Correct.
Okay, cool. So, I guess, I didn't say it before, so I'm going to take a simple action to make sure that I'm taking cover right by the door. So I have a really good cover position. I'm able to kind of peek around the corner and see what's going on. But I'm also going to be spending a lot of time kind of looking through different windows popping up from Payday's different sensors, so I can look down the hallway through Rover and Dover's feeds as well as see what's going outside from long shots.
Full or partial cover?
I'll go with full cover once I realize I can do that. I'll probably spend the rest of my action. Screw the held action. I spend a simple action to make sure I get full cover, and then another simple action to start just like looking up these windows and bringing them up. Oh, neat. It's almost like clairvoyance.
Cuddle up with Payday behind the Pelican cases.
Oh no, I'm right by that door, ready to act.
All right. Yeah, as you're passing through the room, you hear a lot of like shaking and rattling of the cages, some hissing, and some clawing and angry meowing. So what about Throwback and Leroy? You guys both be able to go.
We have a sneaking suspicion that we're walking into two unfortunate things, right?
I'm not going to tell you what your sneaking suspicion.
I mean, like lights were flaring, everything's gone to hell, that kind of thing.
The lights downstairs haven't changed. The only thing that's changed is that the animals are agitated.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, no, I got nothing to do until something interrupts me. Otherwise,
With Eon's warning, Throwback will probably turn off my cyber deck until we get through the room.
Hey, probably not a bad.
Yeah, so I'll say, good thinking. Thanks for the heads up. And then just like really abruptly just power down, because to say anything to my program.
Oh, wait. So your cyber deck is off. Are you able to still see AR?
No.
So you don't get to see that Eon's still.
Is Eon surprised that it's still?
I don't know. Is Eon?
Is this normal? It's not normal for me to still be here after they shut down, is it?
No, it's not. You actually see his persona go away, and well, wait a minute. If he turns off the device,
don't I go to sleep as well? Basically, I could always leave and go somewhere else, but I'd much rather not do that right now.
Yeah, I think you're gone too.
How to capture an AI.
What's that?
I said how to capture an AI.
I'll look it up, but I'm under the assumption that she's taking a nap now, so I'm cool with that.
I guess I might chat with Payday a little bit and say, hey, even though there's not targets outside, you might want to do some engine block hits to some of the vehicles that are parked around so they can't chase us.
Chase us? You think they're going to catch me, even in that crappy van?
All right, so you guys make it to the elevator despite the protestations of all the animals.
So at some point, I will call back out to the other one saying, that one outside was your warning shot. If you want no more fatalities, stand down.
Yeah, you tell him, Stretch.
This big evil Sith warrior sounding voice coming out of this helmet speaker system. Do you want me to make an intimidation roll? Because it would probably be pretty pathetic.
It's if you want to make a good old concerted effort to try to intimidate them, go for it.
I'd rather not try to roll dice.
All right,
I'm fairly certain this involves using. Yeah, I'd rather not roll dice on this. So I'm not actually trying to intimidate them. Just communicating a bit. Just want to make sure we're each clear about each other's intentions.
So you're sure you don't want to roll just a couple of dice with high probability of glitching?
It'll be fun.
Can't wait to hear your voice crack when you yell at them.
Do I get any bonus dice for the circumstances at all?
I mean, you just have your intimidation plus. Well, I guess no. I'm gonna say no because I don't know. I'm gonna say no.
Okay, no. Then I'm not gonna try to. We're actually just gonna with my new scary voice.
All right, you guys are now at the elevator.
Oh hell, what's a worse?
Yeah.
Great question.
Girl.
I didn't roll any ones and I got a hit, so not bad.
All right, you didn't
I'm
glitch.
pretty intimidating. I'm slightly more intimidating than.
Hopefully he doesn't slip on his buddy's brains as he runs out of here in fear of you, Stretch.
You guys are have made it back into the clean room kind of foyer next to the elevator. Hanging on the walls are the clean suits that you opted not to wear. Throwback seriously considered.
Just remember, we're trying to buy time here. The longer we can put off the fight, the better. Still waiting. We still don't know how long they're going to be down there.
Frag, even if they're coming back. That was a joke.
It wasn't funny. It was just imagining the body, the pile of corpses that would result in such a situation. Because I don't think you and I are going down by ourselves.
Throwback got himself killed down there with Eion. I'd fraggin' kill him again.
All right, so Throwback, what's your plan? You're in this thing, and if you guys try the elevator, the light on the elevator is off.
Yeah, once we get back into the white room, go ahead, power back on, and we're gonna plug into the elevator and see if it has power or if I can give it power.
How long do you think this is going to take?
Why, you got somewhere to be?
Maybe.
I'm mostly ignoring them and continuing to work.
Yeah, you can tell. You can connect to the elevator, but you can tell it's obviously not active. It's actually, it has power. It's just not working. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it's not on. It won't respond.
Okay, then I'm gonna see if I can't force it to respond by fully getting a mark on it.
Can I help?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll
Like a good agent.
explain. Yeah, actually, I won't really explain. We need to get the elevator in our control. Help me here.
Oh, I got 4 hits to help you.
All right, so that's 5 hits on a hack on the fly.
All right, you have a mark.
I can't remember from last time. Was it just the 1 mark we needed, or do I need more now to try to issue a command?
Well, I think you just need 1 mark. I think you just did a
Spoof command?
yeah. If you just did a spoof command.
Oh, that's right, we did. We spoofed it because we now have a mark on the host as well again. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Then were the doors opening at all, or do we need to get the doors open first, even?
The doors weren't like they weren't. It was as if the elevator was non-operational. So you have to make all that happen.
All right, then yeah.
Oh, shut down from alarms, I'm sure.
Yeah, there must be criminals somewhere in the building. Let's go and get these doors open so that we can do a hot date. So if you want to help again with a spoof command.
So is that considered, are we working on a separate item so I wouldn't have to take the -1, or are we trying again, or
This is a new test.
separate thing? Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
It's still
only 1 hit.
it's still hacking plus hacking plus intuition this time.
Oh, hang on then.
Remind my crappy memory. Was there stairs?
You didn't see any stairs, no.
Great.
2 hits to help instead out of 6 dice.
Ouch! I'm gonna have to spend a point of it. It's 2 hits for a spoof command to get the doors open.
All right, you got it.
All right, that was lucky. Everybody in, and assuming the doors open, we all get in. We'll try to spoof that last command to send it back to the ground floor.
And I don't know if it's necessary, but Eion would like to try to maintain a spoof command. If it is something like alarms locking it down, I want to make sure to spoof the all clear to make sure that, however many floors we need to rise, we're not going to stop like midway or something.
Oh gosh, that would have
Sure.
been a smart idea. We could have just done a spoof to turn off the alarm, and then the elevator would have worked like normal for at least a few minutes.
Just a hunch.
Okay, you guys are all in the elevator, I'm assuming, and heading up.
Yes.
Well, it's going to take a couple of seconds for it to go up. You know how elevators are.
Anything playing? Music?
No,
For me.
Just leaning against the wall, just kind of.
over the
Already-
beating of your pulse in your
already,
ears.
All right, so actually with the doors closing and we're like just kind of in this small space, I think it'll finally kind of hit me at least a little bit. Like Eion, have you have a second to do like a self diagnostics or something? Find out what that thing did to you?
Of course.
Payday's gonna kill me.
Out.
If you check yourself out, Eion, it doesn't appear that there's anything that was done to you by the Hailey golem, but you do feel different. You do. It's you're used to following orders, and for some reason you're having all these strange like impulses and compulsions to do things on your own, and you're able to act on them. You've maybe felt them before, and certainly in the past week or two you've felt compulsions and impulses to do things for, but you've never had that like that extra to act on it, except for maybe once or twice. But now it's just like you feel different. You feel a sense of free will almost.
Throwback, I did not find any evidence that the group of Haileys accomplished anything against me. However, the only way I could describe it is my processing power has changed.
Yeah, I'm running really hot too. I get it. It's kind of bogging things down.
I will be grateful to see Hector and get back to his RCC. No offense.
None taken. This thing's really hot. Just, maybe don't tell Payday that something happened, like, right away while I'm there. Wait until we get out of this situation first, and then I'm not there still.
I will safeguard your skin, Throwback.
That's somehow not helpful.
All right, just as Throwback says that, bing, the elevator doors open.
While the elevator's been a bit of a conversation paid about, hey, what do you know about like walls and stuff, like how thick they are and where they might be weaker?
As I said over DNI.
More specifically, the walls of the building we're in and the ones in the hallway connecting the buildings. Like, can you tell me where the weaker spots are?
Like,
It might be important.
oh, I was making this thing, which obviously I didn't because the building is crap. My guess would be, and can I roll maybe industrial mechanic, Bobby?
Sure.
I think that's probably the only thing appropriate.
Yeah, give yourself a off a -2, but yes.
Okay, 3 hits.
All right. So what exactly are you trying to ascertain?
He's looking for weak points. I assume it's probably for an explosion, so that's what I'm going off. I feel he's trying to make it, probably trying to look for making a hole. So
Yeah, I also would like to know if he managed to just like see the building in or the hallway and be like, oh no, forget it. These are pretty much impenetrable unless we brought very specialized tool explosives.
Sure. I mean, they're pretty heavy duty. You can probably guess that they're secure kind of walls. Well, I guess is what I'm. There's probably no particular point of weakness except for maybe the windows, and there are windows along the hallway here and there. They're smaller, but that would be the only real weakness. But like depending on it highly depends on what you would be using, whether or not you'd be able to make a hole. But in terms of weakness, that would be your guess. Anywhere there's a window.
Okay.
there you go. You got that.
Okay, sounds good. We'll have a discussion about it. And what do you think of like a fire spirit's flaming attack? It's pretty hot. You think it'd melt through one of these walls?
Are the walls are they concrete or what, Bobby?
You don't know, and your knowledge about industrial mechanics does form what it.
Yeah, I have no idea. However, if I was going to concentrate a blast, it'd be around where the windows are. They're already compromised, really, with windows being there.
All right, you see any other doors out there? I don't think going through the first building is going to be a good option.
Pretty much
Why
the
are they
only
gonna
way.
get here?
Only
Roll a
way out is
perception
through.
test for me, Elric.
Critical glitch.
Okay.
4 1s and no hits. 7 dice.
Perfect. You're very relaxed. Things seem to be going very well, and you kind of have forgotten about the fact that there are a team of security people preparing your demise on the other end of this hallway.
All right, I think we got this. As long as they don't take too long.
At that moment, just as you say that, and just as the elevator doors are opening, Elric will probably need to. Well, not probably. Elric, go ahead and give me a fence or a soak test. A flashbang just went off next to you.
Where come?
Down the hall. That was what the
Did he
perception test was about.
Oh, okay. Is that him shooting down at me?
Right, you didn't notice the door open and it coming down the hall.
Oh, okay.
You were in a conversation, so that's why I made you.
It's too bad the drones didn't notice and start shooting at whoever it is.
So damn worried about the walls, you weren't looking at the door.
Is there an AP on those? I forget.
-4.
Correct.
Take it. They cracked the door and fired it on in.
Yeah, it
It
wasn't.
cost me an edge, racked up 9 hits.
Nice.
Take 1 stun, I think.
Yeah, that's it. You're definitely startled.
Yeah, you guys definitely about yell. It seems harsh, painful, and surprised.
And as soon as that happens, yes, now Mr. Johnson can react. Or I should say Elric.
Rolling initiative again? Oh,
I rolled it
already
for
did
you.
that. Sweet. Okay, I guess I've been staring at this hallway for a while. How many meters long is this hall? How wide is it and tall?
It's about 20 meters long. I'd say width maybe like 3 or 4 meters wide. And it's just a standard height, whatever that would be like.
All right, I'm going to use a few reagents to use one of the fancy new forbidden rules. Lower some range. I'm going to go ahead and set up Force 12. Fancy one. I'm going to set Force 12 firewall about 10 meters down the hallway, essentially filling the hallway itself, but not actually going through the walls or necessarily burning the walls. It'll probably eventually stay. I'm going to use 6 reagents to cut by 6. So yeah, now there's a big old sort of vortex fire between it's a meter thick and it's really, really hot.
All right, Throwback, you'll notice, and anybody patched into Throwback's feeds that he has sending out to everybody from Fly Spies as well as his view, the sniper drone. From the Fly Spies in particular, you'll notice that a big vehicle, a big old armored-looking van has just sped out of the garage.
Held action shot at it?
It's a new combat turn. Okay. You'll notice, you start to hear gunfire coming through. Bullets are coming through the wall in full auto fashion. The area of the hallway there is being suppressed, just your internal mechanical calculations purposes. It's now Eon's turn. The doors just opened up. You now have communication with everybody, with the rest of your team, your other 2 team members. When the door opens, the elevator door opens, notice the various means you have of observing the external world, that guns are firing and things are happening, and it's loud. You also have a camera feed that shows you the outdoors from Fly Spies, that vehicle heading towards the front of the building.
There you are.
What's Eon doing?
Does Eion have to roll major perception to see where she was housed when she was with Payday earlier?
When you say when you were housed with Payday earlier?
Where she's normally stored. I guess in the chat he's mentioned that he's been running Eion on a Microdex Summit. To see that Microdex Summit, do I have to roll major perception, or can I just see it?
I would say yes, because of the fact that these guys, I assume, are running silent, but they have not yet trusted each other enough for some reason to be on like a collective pan.
Plus, I imagine coming out of a fully separate matrix space, I might have to basically rescan.
Right.
Fair enough.
That said, Eion has always had full access to Comlink as far as he's.
And Elric's comlink is definitely not running silent.
No, there's also like nothing attached to it. It's not.
All right. Well, she got 1 hit on matrix perception.
Okay.
Do I see the reduction?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. That's fine. I'm more
Awesome.
I'm more concerned about the action economy than actually you defeating the RCC. So.
Actually, this I think is a
Is
not an
cyber deck?
RCC. Yeah,
Either way, the cyber deck. Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, you see it.
Rehouse myself.
Home sweet home. in that
Home sweet
microdeck
home.
Summit.
Save us some penalties.
All right. Unfortunately, Rover and Dover still can't see anything because there's a big, somewhat opaque wall of fire in there now. But bullets are flying down, so I don't think that would trigger their orders.
Yeah, if they don't physically see anybody.
Throwback's turn. As I've said, the doors have opened and there's gunshots. You guys heard the gunshots as you were getting close.
Okay. I want to get out of the elevator and take full cover towards the doorway leading to the long hallway.
Yeah, so to give you guys a picture of the way this little area that you guys are set up in looks, there's a hallway and a door that's being held open, I guess. It's there. Next to the doors or aimed down the doors are Rover and Dover, the 2 Dover drones that are Paydays that he set up. Also kind of set up in a sort of, catty corner kind of way in front of that door and hallway are the 2 cases that were in it, and they're pretty heavy duty cases, and that's what Payday put himself behind. He's kind of like slouched down on the ground behind one of the cases, so you could take cover behind one of the cases. Those are like pretty heavy duty cases, or you could put yourself behind a door or whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'm just kind of giving you a visual idea of what it looks like.
Cool. Yeah, I want to pick whatever's closest to the hallway we're going to be leaving from, so that I'm not slowing the team down.
Right. Okay. So you have taken cover,
And then I'll spend the rest of my action just telling the team, that we did what we need to do. Get us out of here.
Leroy's turn.
Someone make me a hole.
This has got glass in this breezeway, right?
Yes, in the hallway there is glass.
I'm gonna get a little bit of cover, probably just like stack up behind a wall somewhere. Look at the huge wall of fire, and just and then I guess just get my AK and swap it to APDS because I feel like I'm gonna have to take out a window.
All right.
But that's basically my turn.
Understood.
That's what I get for rolling gel.
Payday, you're up.
All right, so that vehicle's rolling out there. No people, I imagine.
Not that you can see.
What kind of vehicle is it?
Would you like to observe in detail to ascertain the make and
I don't
model?
need to know the model of it. I just I take it some sort of armored vehicle.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like a big armored van.
okay. Do I have clear sight at all from long shot at any of the windows in this thing?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try to put a round through the window into a driver or a passenger. I take it the windows are probably mirrored.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see through them.
So ideally, I would like to try to make a shot to hit the driver. That would be the best solution, or the best thing for me.
All right, so shooting at the driver is going to be, it'll be blind fire, and you'll be going the glass of the vehicle. Yeah.
All right. So blind was it?
I believe that's, I always forget, is that -8?
-6.
-6. I was hoping to say it's -6.
I want to edge that. Post edge that. I've got 1 hit so far. That's better. 4 hits in total.
All right. It's the modified damage value. 4 hits, 4 net hits.
That would be 16 physical damage.
Okay.
And of course, -4 to armor, of course.
You and your edge. I guess you earn it when you use it.
I don't use it often. Should probably use it a lot more.
What was there? AP?
Explosive rounds. So yeah, it's got a total of -4 to armor.
And you said it was, okay, I gotcha. Okay, who's next? That would be Wada.
I got my whip out, but otherwise I think I'm just going to take cover and kind of wait. Melee fighter. I'm not going to run out there yet.
You sure you don't want to run through that hail of bullets?
No, hail of bullets, or do we still have a wall of fire?
Yeah, run through the hail of bullets, dive through the wall of fire.
I think I will take
Sounds
cover
like a
and hold
song.
my action for now, or wait until
Wada
something else
did that all the time in the Combat League, right?
No, this is not what we do.
The wall bullets die through the wall of fire.
Perfect.
I don't have
That's
anybody
real
else
good.
wants to go.
I mean, you're the musical person here.
It's too bad that we don't have bards in Shadowrun. You could write the legendary song that
Do
Totally be a
Or
scald.
adepts. Or adepts for music and performance.
Totally, and they're all from Norway, and they play metal.
The shadow to payday, that's my true desire.
Hey, what ended up happening with the truck? Did it stop? Did it?
Nope. I mean,
Just kept on
I mean,
keeping on.
it's been about a fraction of a second since the bullet was shot. So.
True. Fair enough.
Can I ask you a quick question before you dive into the next round?
Sure.
So I realized that I'd have to spoof a command in order to load myself on Payday's deck without his or Throwback's assistance. I know that with spells, people can choose to not resist them. Is that something that his deck can do? Or does he have to roll logic and firewall against my attempt?
I believe I remember that everything's different now.
This is also assuming I have a mark on his deck. If not, I'll go ahead and roll that.
Yeah, you know what? I think this all adds to the ambiance, not ambiance, that's the wrong word, but all the tone and of difficulty and challenge of just becoming an AI. So you know what? Nobody knows you're an AI. You don't even know.
Right. I basically figure that she's like running to Hector's arms and there's a firewall that stops her.
Beep, access denied.
Yeah.
Right. Or whatever, the fact that like, wait a minute, I just did this without a command.
Yeah, you try to get in and there's some sort of firewall and a message that pops up saying that user entry not allowed or something.
Sorry.
Oh, you're probably very quite well that encryption program that's running.
Yeah, I've never been locked out of the house before.
Womp womp.
All right, so you notice that the vehicle does, after getting shot, veer off and starts heading in a direction away from and alongside the building that everybody is in after it gets shot, away from the drone, away from where the bullet came from.
Excellent.
It's driving alongside. So it's no longer heading to the front of the building. It's almost like if it were going to the side and maybe around to the back or something.
All right. Does it still kind of, I don't know if it's too soon to kind of have the idea, but since we see it driving, does it seem like it's lost control? Like, is it swervy or is it being piloted?
It's difficult to tell. I mean, because it's a quick move that happens, and it's definitely like almost screeching tires. And
if I had a bullet put through my driver's window, I'd be doing the same, I think.
Elric's turn, sustaining a firewall spell and taking cover still behind the wall.
Did I see the elevator open and our friends get out?
Sure.
Okay, so do I have all the party members within my field of vision at this point?
If you want to, that's fine. You just look over at.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm going to start with Leroy and Wada. I'm going to reckless cast 2 Force 5 improved invisibility spells. I'm going to burn 4 Regent's Purse booster. Carry on. I'll let you know how many hits I get.
All right.
I'm going to start with Leroy, and then Wada will be my second target.
Fire Spirit is waiting, and Eion.
I scored 4 hits on both rolls. So 2 Force 5 improved invisibility spells, each on Wada and Roy, each with 4 hits. Just 3 spells. Free action to say, Payday! Which way do we need to go out?
And now it is Eon's turn, trying to get access to the deck.
Yeah, time appears to be of the essence here. Regardless, I'll have to roll Matrix Perception to see what other item or what other devices are available here. Not at -5. Am I at negative particular because I'm deviceless? I don't see anything in Hero Lab.
Let me make sure.
I think it's just super dangerous for you to be.
Right. Yeah, super dangerous for me to stay here, but not necessarily take penalties for.
Yeah, when you're just on the
perception.
grid, you can only be on there a certain amount of time, of course. You only have your core condition monitor.
Right. Okay. Well, Matrix Perception then.
You already adjusted your initiative, it looked like. Got it.
And I had rolled 3 on command posed by that roll.
All right, you got it.
Okay, so I got past the encryption and got on his deck.
Correct.
Awesome. I'll assume that's my action.
Your apartment is smaller than you remember it.
So bad.
Like Alice in the house.
Todd, you're up. You're undercover.
Yeah, I think I'm just. Oh, I guess I'm gonna do a Matrix Perception as well. Get an idea of what sort of he's coming down on us. It's just 2 hit.
You definitely know there are icons down of weapons down the way.
Okay, I just know that because they're shooting at me, or can I see some of them?
You can see the icons. Good question.
Okay, cool. That's my turn.
It's an all-you-can-eat buffet.
And suddenly you feel a little less hindered, more unhindered. Eion has left your deck.
Yeah, which I probably don't even fully feel like anything's weird about it because I definitely use my free action to start shifting some programs around, and it's just kind of convenient that they're not there anymore. But it probably hasn't dawned on me.
I should mention to you now, while they're not here, while we're waiting, that 2 turns ago, Eion tried to spoof device to install herself back onto Payday's deck. Your opposed roll said that she made it. However, through the chat, I discovered that he's got a module that increases the program slots to 2, but he's running encryption, I believe, so she wouldn't fit. So basically, she saw the encryption there, ran toward him, and was shut out. So she's still floating. And if you'll take that matrix perception roll that I rolled, that's maybe what info she has at the start of the next round, if that's okay.
That works for me, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So she's floating on the grid now.
But I'm still waiting, or it doesn't seem like we have an exit, and so just hanging out.
Yeah, you're right about that. And so let's go ahead and go with back up to Elric, unless Elric.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to order my fire spirit to materialize, but its orders watch threats attack. Then I'm going to use my other simple action to directly spellcast visibility throwback, and I'm going to burn some to spellcast defensive.
Does Throwback's chair collapse?
Not like in any type of fancy way, but yeah, there's probably a pin you can pull to get the metal bits to fall apart.
4 hit on your improved invisibility with dwindling dice pool. Thank Dunkle's on or sight.
There's now an empty wheelchair.
Wait a minute, your drug dealer's Dunkel's on?
No, it's just
When he gets high enough, he thinks it is.
he's watching herself.
Talk about friends in high places, quasi quality.
Or low places. He's dead, isn't
Rim shot.
Well, how else could he watch over us all?
Because he's dragging.
No, whatever. We just went to the church services. Okay, I don't have to believe in it. Church every Sunday. Pray Big D.
What she said.
That was the way. I totally set somebody up for that. I thought it would be Bamps that would stand up.
I'm busy answering certain other questions. Thank you. I was distracted.
It's totally making it into the episode.
All right, so third my fire spirit then materializes. So yeah, basically there's that sort of like point in space that's kind of in the middle of that room that's near the door where the elevator is, and sort of that reception area or whatever. There's this sort of ball of bronze folds into a skeletal, but kind of a lizard man shaped form, and then once it fully folds out into the point and such, it's a familiar sight.
All right, there's now a wall of fire and a big giant fire elemental. Bullets flying down the hall. People turning invisible. Empty wheelchairs.
Empty wheelchairs, like that's an important part of it.
Hey, it is important, okay?
Empty wheelchairs everywhere.
Yeah, also seeing like making Throwback invisible and seeing the empty wheelchair still there, I'm gonna say, "Oh, come on, Throwback!
What did I do?
Are you guys
Never mind.
Are you guys coming out any day now?
We're
Which
3
side?
feet away from you.
Where's our evac?
No, you're not. What evac? Get out of there.
Don't you have a van or something?
Yeah, the van. And it's
Yeah,
not-
get it over to some
it's
side of
not
the
right.
building. I'll burn a hole in it.
All right, so it is now initiative term. Let me roll your initiative.
Like, aren't these walls like massively thick and probably flame retardant?
You're on foot, big guy. The van isn't rigged.
Not the windows. Oh, frag. All right,
Oh.
which side is the thing these bad guys on? You're the bad guys. You know.
Bad guy's driving off somewhere. I think involuntarily. I kind of put a bullet through the windshield.
Oh, for frag's sake, just tell me which side to put the hole in.
Are you stressed out?
Do you have any idea how many spells I'm sustaining right now?
All right, so it is Cliff's turn, or Elric's turn.
Did we reroll initiative? Because I think we
Correct.
went through the...
You're at 25.
Oh, text windows, chat side. I guess I'm going to hold my action till I need to know which side of the building to put a hole in.
Is everybody holding
Apparently-
their action?
I am
arguing-
shooting
Well, I
the
mean,
shit
we
out of
don't.
He has us trapped behind
I
fire.
don't. Yeah, I
so
really
yeah.
can't do anything. So yes.
And I'm arguing over comms with Payday.
He's laughing at him.
I'm intending to shoot the shit out of some glass.
And I'm
Okay.
intending to do stuff.
All right, well, we'll go with Eon's going to go before Leroy. So, Eion, what's Eion doing?
So I had gotten 4 hits on that matrix perception test last round. Did I detect any of the folks on the other side of this door?
Yeah, you notice there's icons. They're not hidden, and there are weapons, and there are various icons on the other side of this hallway. Yes.
So I'd also detected, I imagine, Leroy's, and I already knew about Elric's links or decks, as it were.
Correct.
Is that true? You guys aren't running sound. Okay.
I do have a mighty 2 dice to defend from being spotted.
Okay. Seeing as how Leroy's deck is roomier, I would imagine I could see just, unless there's some sort of a I don't know what kind of role there would be involved in knowing what sort of device ratings I'm looking at.
Well, Leroy has a comlink, right?
Yeah, not a deck, comlink.
I can run on comlinks, cyberdecks, or RCCs. It's the device rating I'm concerned with.
Device rating 6.
Okay.
Is that something I would know from a matrix perception test from last round?
Probably,
You want me to-
probably not.
Okay.
You'd have
Depends
to.
upon how
Basically-
many net hits she would have had over me.
I had rolled four. But if you want me to basically make another one as a observe in detail,
I'll let you go ahead. I'll let you know that he has a rating 6 comlink. I'm not gonna, it's not gonna make or break anything really.
Okay, so already knowing what Elric's deck is like, because I've got a mark on it, already knowing what Payday's running, I'm going to try to spoof command onto Leroy's comlink. 5 hits on.
And I believe I need willpower, intuition, defending.
Logic and firewall, according to the thing, but I don't know if it's passive.
No, this is the one he actually uses.
I think it had Damien roll device rating plus firewall.
Yeah, that's what it is, essentially unmanned.
Okay, cool. So assuming he's got, if it's device rating 6, then I would only need 1 program slot. So Eion installs or activates herself onto Leroy's comlink without his permission or anyone's request.
Wait until Payday finds out about me stealing his girlfriend.
She's not my girlfriend.
Perfect.
All right, Payday, you're up. Or not Payday, Leroy, I guess you're going to go. Everybody else is kind of like waiting to see what happens. Payday, by the way, just so you know, that vehicle not visible anymore. It looks like it went behind the building. You can see from the fly spies that it's actually kind of turned to avoid, gunfire. But where it went behind the building, between the front and the rear building, between the tower building and the R&D building. So it's kind of like in the area of where that hallway is, so to speak.
Oh.
All right, and Wada is tired of waiting for the fire to burn down what I'm assuming is reinforced walls. So she's going to ask Albert to drop the wall. It's time to go kill something, and she's going to flip her whip like an excitement to go do a fight.
And I'm going to fire a bunch of bullets into some glass.
So,
All right, we're going to shoot the right side then. And I got 4 hits to stage up damage. That's 14 PA, P negative 6. Simple full auto to just stitch a giant pile of bullets.
all right, you've shot a bullet into the window.
6 bullets.
All right, you shot 6 bullets into the window. What was your modified damage value again?
14 AP negative 6.
Well, then they were definitely shooting through the window.
Has the window like spiderwebbed or anything?
It's starting to have small cracks around the bullet holes. That's for
All right, that gives hopefully Wada the place to follow up with.
Eion. Are you doing anything now?
Now, I would like to... Did I see whether there were cyberware on the other folks on the other side of the door, or is that going to require another roll?
There is a lot of things. There was weapons and other items, and
I'm looking for visual enhancements.
that something very specific like that. I'll definitely make you roll a perception.
Gotcha. At some point very soon, I will write down a simp dice cost for this. Until then, I have to look it up.
If you subscribe to Carlton's Patreon, you can write yourself some macros now.
Nice. As far as I can calculate, I'll look it up later. I got 2 hits on.
Okay. Yeah, there are some cyber eyes out there.
Awesome. Since that's a complex action, I'm done.
What about Elric? You just heard Wada tell you to drop the firewall. She wants to kill some stuff.
I guess Ulrich will. All right, but they got grenades. I will drop the spell with action.
Okay.
She's invisible, so hopefully that helps.
There are still bullets flying down.
Is it my turn?
Yes, that was your turn. Is it a free action to drop the spell?
Oh, that's just a free action. I had some other stuff was good.
All right, go for it.
So Ulrich, as he's been going, has been pulling out handfuls of different crystals and gemstones or chunks of interesting looking bits of metal, maybe some of them being like rusted looking pieces that are reminiscent of an old age. And just almost as fast as he's been pulling them out, his hands have been glowing, just been disintegrating dust, and he's been dropping the dust away and reaching into his hands for more. He pulls out more reagents. Anyway, I had been holding my action. Did Payday ever tell me which way I was supposed to make a hole?
I certainly didn't hear it.
I didn't
We kind of missed my turn. I had said it in chat, and I was just waiting for my turn to actually speak.
All right, so Elric, not knowing which way to make a hole, is going to just pause and wait. Which way?
You did just see me shoot a whole bunch of bullets at the wall.
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind. He's going to notice that. Oh, wait. Yeah, shooting. Bullets. Right. Okay. I'm looking really ragged from Drain. This action, instead of doing anything else, I'm taking a stim patch and slap it on myself.
Got it.
Initiative is effectively 3 going. I'm looking really woozy. I'm going to fall over just 6 whole boxes of Drain. -3 in my modifiers.
Good news is that Rover can now see the guy that's shooting shooting bullets down them
Excellent.
because the firewall is down.
Rover will open fire. A second here. Rover lets out a burst and only scores 1 hit on that.
What is a 3-round burst?
That's-
-2 to me. What's the Oh, I guess you would. What's the base damage value?
Base damage is 8 P.
And he got 1 hit.
Yes.
Okay, Rover shoots down the hallway. Eon, you're up. You're now loaded inside Leroy's comlink.
Excellent.
It's very roomy.
Leroy's you actually notice that, by the way, that there's a new persona inside your comlink. You can, when it comes time, you can investigate if you'd like, but right now you're just aware that somebody is on your comlink. And what? That's weird. That's never happened before.
And it's definitely like a persona and not like somebody just getting marks on it.
Right, because you've experienced that before. This is different.
Yeah, okay.
So you said that I had acquired, basically I noticed the optics there on the Matrix.
Correct.
So target device you said was in another, not in
Electronic warfare plus logic versus willpower plus fire. Data processing complex. You get net hits. Basically, all your buddy get dice to target that base. So
Neat. That sounds like a grand idea and much more efficient and quick an action than what I had in mind.
it's especially handy for like shooting vehicles. But if you were to say, target device in someone's cyber eyes, I would probably feel like I was on a firm ground suggesting that be outside.
Yeah, doing that to cyberware, I think, is fair.
Awesome. The data processing.
So
6 hits.
All right, well, you certainly get it.
Yeah.
The net hits essentially, there's a little blip pops up. How
It
many
becomes
extra
much
dice.
clearer in the AR display.
For the rest of the combat turn, attackers that are slaves. To
Oh.
So me.
So Leroy will get extra dice to shoot that person. Good job. You
Merry
have teamed
Christmas!
with Leroy and gave him a nice big target that is better than a smart bonus. Well, maybe.
So,
I mean-
what do the net hits do again?
Gives Leroy extra dice to shoot.
Wow, you got 4 net hits. No, you said you got 6. You got 5 net hits.
Wow.
And it's not a teamwork test, right?
No,
It's
technically
just a flat
no.
bonus to you because you're the only person slaved to this device.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a dice pool bonus, not a team list. So it doesn't
If,
add to your accuracy, and it's not limited by points or skill.
If I didn't have to hold down a push to talk, you'd be getting 2 thumbs up. Instead, you got 1.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's handy.
Leroy
I will-
suddenly likes Eon a lot more.
I will make a note of that action there.
Well, it's one of those things. It's like what's going on with the comlink, and there's just like this targeting reticule that appears. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
You
this,
could-
this is good.
There's a big targeting
could shoot him
reticule
in
and
the
like
eye.
an arrow, a red arrow bouncing above it.
Assuming control.
Follow the arrow. Follow the arrow.
Yeah, I'm standing nearby with like pom poms and a sign above head just saying, "Shoot him in the face! Shoot him in the face!"
It's Fire Spirit's
So-
turn.
All right. I think I had ordered him before to start out fear power, so he's going to go with that sentiment. Necessarily kill the dude. So I guess is there only one guy we can see?
Right now, yeah.
All right. Yeah, since team members are going in, he'll do. I'll do confusion.
And that's willpower
with-
plus logic from you, right?
Yep. Look for.
All right. Net hits give him a -2 actions, right?
Yep. Dice will penalty to all actions,
All right, got it.
including defense tests.
Wada, you're up. There are still bullets coming down the hallway for now, but the firewall is down.
Okay, well, I can't see Leroy, I think, 'cause he went invisible and I rolled it. So I will send a DNI to him, just tell him, let's go kill stuff. And then I want to sneak up to essentially the edge of the corner of the hallway so I can get a look at how far is the person who's shooting at us? Can we see them? Or the bullets
Yes,
just
you
coming
can
down
see
the
this person. There's only one person that you can see right now because they're set up and firing suppressive fire down the hallway, and they are about 20 meters away. 20, maybe 21 or 22, whatever. But yeah.
Okay, 22, perfect. Then I can get to him if I start running. So I am just gonna charge him if I can. If I need to dodge a suppressive fire, I'll give it a shot. I want to do something.
Yeah, you'll definitely have to do that.
At least it's not a knife.
Was it reaction plus edge, I think?
Correct. And you have to beat a threshold of what?
The hits you got missed.
That's right.
Does 3 do that?
Hold on. I wrote it down and I have so many notes.
Okay.
Net hits don't help shot. It's just basic base damage.
I just need to know.
The other unpleasant thing, regardless of hit, or size, hits that roll suppressive.
I'll eat it. It's been 2.5 hours. I want to kill something. Let's go charge him.
You do make it.
Perfect. All right. And I was far enough to get my charging bonus because I moved into running, so I will do that and go hit him. What was it? My negative to hitting him, or what was the negative to his suppressive fire? Since I'm just charging through it, and I'm just gonna slash him by monofilament whip.
He had 2 hits on the suppressive fire.
Okay, perfect.
Don't forget he's got penalties.
That just cancels my charge. That's fine.
Yep, he's got minus. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay. Well, so the other thing I need to know, because I think I'm still invisible, is so does he hear me coming? If not, I get superior position on him.
You can have the superior position. I think because he's firing bullets down the hallway, he probably didn't forgot you were.
Then I got 6 net hits, and he defies his reaction intuition.
-2 for your reach.
Oh, thank you. Yes, with a -2 for your reach. Good job. Thank you. Yes, Leroy. Thank you for the reach. And it's yellow over my.
And what were your hits?
I got 6 net hits, and he gets a -2.
All right. What's your modified, or what's your base damage?
12p -8. I'm just gonna take his head off.
-8. Oh my god.
What are you attacking with?
I know. I'm
A
always.
monofilament whip.
I never
just
use
flick-
monofilament whips because I'm always too scared
nice.
to take my own head off.
Oh yeah, so I flip the fingertip, my cyber finger, the fingertip off, and it acts as a counterweight, and I just flip it really hard and just charge straight toward him, and with a slash from one side, I just trying to take his head off.
All right, so so basically, this is pretty amazing. Wada, to recap everything that's happened, Wada flips open the tip of her finger, pulls the whip out, and tells Elric, drop the firewall, let's do this. And or probably more appropriately, Wada would say something like, drop the firewall, I'm bored.
No, yeah, so I'm going to get blood.
Yeah, and she runs down the hall, like ducking and dodging out of the way of all the bullets, doesn't even get winged by one of them, comes out, wings that whip out, and literally does take the head of this guy off that is at the end of the hallway, shoot suppressive fire down. So the suppressive fire stops, and his head is now on the ground.
Can I ask how many hits he got on his fist?
1.
All right, so
Is
like 17 p. So I'll yell over my shoulder, Leroy. I'm like, come on, man, we got things to do.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. This show would not be possible without the generous support of our patrons over at Patreon. So if you like what we do here and you want to help keep making it happen, consider becoming a patron by going to patreon.com/complexaction. Our patrons get access to awesome thank you rewards like GM notes that I put together, as well as the chance to be selected to join us as a guest on our cast party episodes that we do. That's patreon.com/complexaction to find out more. There were several NPCs and organizations which were provided by patrons of Complex Action early in this show's development. For this episode, this featured those: Cypress Security Services, submitted by Cassie, Levett. Thanks for the support. The character art seen on our YouTube page and various other social media places was done by Ethan Brewerton. Check out his awesome Shadowrun artwork at esbrewerton.com. The background music in this episode is brought to you by Prism Shard. To hear more of his Shadowrun-inspired music, head on over to soundcloud.com/prism-shard and give him some love. The Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and or any proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to Complex Action to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its websites, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Complex Action in any official capacity whatsoever.